In Spanning Gateway, I'm Asia, and I'm going to be talking about systems. I'm going to be mentioning a few, but we really need to have an understanding of what systems are and where they come from, because everything has a starting point. Now, when we look at systems, there are many forms of systems because we use them in our society. There's governmental systems, religious systems, um, programming, like computer programs. We're in programs, our kids are in programs, all type of different programs and systems, and we need to have an understanding, a broader perspective about what these things actually are and where they stem from, so we can have the right perception about what's happening around us. And if we're actively participating in such systems and not necessarily taking a look outside of them, then you're not going to get the full perspective of how these things are playing out in the world. So, religious system is a big one because the society is religious, just point blank period. Everything that we do is religious, and we have to have an understanding of what religion and what religious is. And a lot of people have a very limited perspective on religion because they think it's something that you have to go participate in. No, religious is an individual thing. It's what you do to take care of your well-being. If we go into the definition of religion, let's go into the definition, because this is how we lay the foundation. This is how we get the correct starting point when we're interpreting or intuiting information. So, this is how religion is identified, how it was first identified, observed, to come to a conclusion that this is what religion is. Okay, so we can go to the handy dandy dictionary to get the source, the root, the identification of the word, because we have to understand that words don't change meaning, even though we have additional meanings added to that word. That's why English is really a bastardized language, because it's a lot of manipulation just with words. So when it comes to religion, at its root, okay, what its natural meaning is before anything else was attached to it. So its root. This is where etymology comes into play. Etymology comes into play so we can know the reason or purpose of a word, and it's to identify what that thing is. So when it comes to religion, and a noun form is state of being, it is religion, piety, conscientiousness, and scrupulousness. To bind. That's what religion is. This is how it was first identified. This is how it was first observed to be. And that was not as part of any type of institution. It's part of self and the things that we do for ourselves in order to take care of ourselves in many ways, or being conscientious of our behaviors is normally tied to us behaving or being a certain way, not being part of something. It's about our individual actions, our individual beliefs, our how we carry ourselves as individuals. It's the things, religion. Like, we religiously get up at a certain time every day. We religiously go to work. We religiously, this is how this word is supposed to be, not supposed to be, but this is how this word could be used. It's just like, it's conscientiousness. So religion is conscientiousness, right? Because it's the root of the word. So when you are conscientious of yourself and what you're doing, then that is part of your religion. Religion is a state of being. It's not something you go, it's not just, because it is, because people go and participate in certain things, but it's not just that. It's about the individual and what we do. And see, this is where they taken it out of spirituality, because spirituality is being conscious of ourselves, our individual selves, and the things that we do. So, scrupulousness. Let's look up that word, scrupulousness. Scrupulous. Having or showing scruples, characterized by careful attention to what is right or proper. So careful attention to what is right or proper. That's religion. It's not going to serve in some capacity at an institution. It's about the individual doing what's right and proper for themselves. So we have to get outside of these words and understand that everything has to do with us. So religion, we are religion. We are living religion. Like, we do things religiously. We all have things that we do religiously. It's not, it is, and it's not, but it's not in the perception that many people take it to be. Religion is you being conscientious of yourself and doing things that are right and proper, right? Conscientious, scrupulous, conscientiously honest and upright. So that is part of religion. If you want to tie religion to a form of behavior, then we can understand that we're doing something that is right and proper, not something that you have to go participate in, right? Because it's a way of being. It's a state of being is religious. And when the society is religious, this is the root of religion, of being right and conscientious. This represents consciousness. This represents a way of being, a way, like many religions refer to the way, but this is the way and a way of being conscientious and upright. So, systems. There are many forms of systems. Star systems. We have constellations. They represent star systems. They're not just stars out there hanging out. They have actual purpose and meaning and reasoning. They have a spiritual aspect. Everything has a spiritual aspect because we are spirit. If you don't like spirit, we are life. So the constellations, the star constellations, have a purpose, meaning, and reasoning. The spirituality behind their physical appearance, okay? Because we can see the stars in the sky, right? But what's not seen, what's in the unseen, what's in the dark is the meaning, reasoning, and purpose of these things. And they are very much attached to our everyday lives. These are what systems are built off of, is the star constellations. And when I say the star constellations, I'm not talking about their physicality. I'm talking about their spiritual principles. For the first house, for example, we all have the individual self. Aries has to do with ourselves, our spiritual self, our nature, our outlook, how we view things, how we see things, how we are seen. These are natural principles of life, like, right? We have an outlook, we have our vision, we have our ways of seeing things, and then people have their way of seeing us. It's just a natural thing that happens. This is not astrology. This is life. This is a symbolic representation of the universal principles. This is where the Bible comes from. This is the book. This is how people are able to have offspring of books, is based off of these principles. There's many different things that are illuminated on the star map. So when it comes to religion, we can understand that there's many ways to perceive religion, and it's all in a matter of how we perceive these things. Because you can have a limited belief that you have to go participate in a religion, But that's not what religion is. It's not just that. It's also a way of being, a state of being, religious, being conscientious of your own individual self and being upright and proper. That goes deep. So when it comes to these societal factors, our society is very much religious. Everything that we do is religious. Now we religiously have face masks because of religious beliefs. Beliefs that something is coming to attack us or whatever else, and we need to guard ourselves and always to be protected. Just based off of beliefs. That's what religion does. It has turned into something rampant just based off of beliefs. So if you hold a certain type of belief, then you're going to manifest that out, period. It's just the nature of things. But I don't know.